Do you want to feel confident, independent, have strong immune system, self-respect and respect from others? This is what we call in astrology strong sun energy, and which starts from building the inner authority. So at the end of this video you will know what is it inner authority, how to build it, what kind of stages we are going through our growing in the inner authority, and why is it important to grow it. So let's start here. When you think about a perfect picture of authority figure, what would you say? So this is a person whose vision is important because this person can influence a lot. Let's say the politicians or CEO of the company, so their vision is very influential, very important. Another thing we can say, this is a person which is in charge of something. So to be responsible of something and take care about something, and do not be afraid of taking responsibility for the group or for some idea and some decisions which were made. Also, this is someone who we can depend on for something. Let's say we need some information in some field, and we go to someone who is specialist in some field, and we can depend on that vision, so it can give us some kind of like a support. Also, this is someone we can trust, and trust builds with the consistency of decisions and actions when they are in alignment. So to sum up, we can see that for us humans is important to feel important for ourselves, like to put our own vision and opinion about self on the most important position. So it's like when you are an authority figure for you, it means your opinion about your ways of life, your decisions, your looks about different things are the most important for you than what others thinking and saying about it. So you are depending on your own inner vision. So important. Then when we are in charge of different things, so we are responsible for our own deeds, promises. We are taking care about the things which are going on inside. The same as you take care about the bills. So you are responsible for the way money comes to you and the way you distribute them. The same, you have to be in charge of what is going on inside and what kind of energy goes from you in terms of like promises, like do you behave with dignity, do you help others with your vision or humiliate others, something like this. So you are responsible for these things. Also, when you can depend on yourself, so you know that if you are aware of some stuff, you can depend on that. If you are not enough prepared, for example, you know that you can depend on your own decision to find a good specialist and depend on that. So you are solving your own problems. So you can depend on yourself in different situations. Let's say some catastrophe happens or some emergency anywhere in you are traveling in another country, and so you are able to take care about your own problems and your own stuff, and you can depend on that. So you're not just panicking because you have never solved anything in your life and now you have a problem, you don't know what to do. So you are dependable for yourself. And then we talked about trust. So you can trust yourself. You can trust your gut feelings. You can trust it. So trust builds inside of you when you are honest with yourself. When you are honest, when you are doing mistakes, you can admit them, for example. Or when you are honest about the reality, like something goes really wrong. Or when you are honest about your own feelings. Let's say something is very, very important and very, very sad for you, and you allow yourself to cry because you're honest with the way it is. And so eventually you know that when you feel somehow, you can trust it because it's something what you can depend on. For us, it's important to feel like this, and that's how it will influence our relationship with another people, because this is what gives us feeling of self-respect. it gives us confidence, because we are not waiting that someone will say, yes, it's okay to do like this or like that. It's kind when people say it, but it's important to not ever wait for someone to approve or validate whatever is going on with us. Your job is to build these things inside. And easy said, but how to do it. And so now we'll talk about how inner authority grows, like what kind of stages we're actually going through. So throughout my research, I've been doing research in this subject since 2014. I want to share the vision which I have about this topic. So first stage, I would call it like childish stage. It's the same as when we are in being a child and parents telling us this is how it has to be done, this is right, this is wrong, this is you do, this is not do. So when parents taking care about everything, and person like little child, absolutely dependable on the visions and opinions of another people. And so some people bring this same mentality to the adulthood, and it's comfortable from the position that everything always decided for you. Usually parents, they just keep doing it through adulthood. They helping to choose a workplace, they just saying that better to do like they're kind of forcing person to be a comfortable child, what I would say. And so this person usually attracts very authoritarian partner, which ego is quite sensitive, so you are not allowed to have any opposite opinion, so it's better to always be agreeing, so it would not have any conflicts. And also it can bring really brutal authority figures in the person's life, like managers, bosses, those who are giving orders, so they will be very controlling or quite domineering, seeing person like a child, not allowing to have own, kind of ways of doing different things. So such people really suffer in their life because they want to maintain good relationships with close people, but the price for this is their own choice and like will. And this is how they're absolutely dependent, and usually they're also materially dependent on their partner or their parents, or somehow they have this very, very dependable position. And so when you are staying in such position, it's extremely hard for the person to take leadership positions. And maybe somewhere deep inside in the heart, person would love to be on such a position that you are someone who are seen as important, as authority figure in something. But the muscle of that is so not evolved, because a person haven't been through a lot of challenges in their life, and so without having the experience of dealing with that, person is truly kind of highly afraid of doing a mistake, for example. And imagine such person as a designer working somewhere in the company where after doing a lot of good work, for example, for years, you are put on the position of the team lead, for example, and it's wonderful opportunity, but in the same moment is highly stressful for such person, because it's not only about helping others to use different tools in the designer programs, but it's also solving the team problem, to organize everyone, like to help the structure work. And when something goes wrong, for example, some person got sick or someone did really wrong job, and or you are hiring a person in your team and this person is not performing well, and for example there is a big project and you have deadline and it's not going to happen, so you cannot accomplish it in time, and so you have to deal with such problems, and then you have to go to your manager or CEO or the client and to solve this situation as a team leader. And so this is the situation requires from person to have some experience of dealing with some turbulent situation in your own life, and when you are not afraid to make a mistake and you are ready to solve this problem without heart attack. So that's why it's important to really start to allow yourself to do mistakes and to solve your own things, to grow and to go to the next stage. The next stage, I would call it something like a puberty period. This is the stage when person realizes, I have my own opinion and I'm going to decide it for me. So it's like, this teenager period when they are very rebellious and highly maximalist, and you cannot, they never agree with everything you say because they have their opinion. It doesn't matter it's right or wrong, but it's just there. So this is what they're fighting for. And so such people, they still in dependable position, because the point is, when you are fighting for your opinion, doesn't matter. You're not fighting for the truth or for what is the better decision. When you're fighting for your opinion, it means that person is afraid to admit that someone is right or interesting, like those options also there, because in their mentality, those who are strong in their vision, this is the one who is dominating, so this is the one who is winning. But if you say that you agree with someone, so you're gonna be a loser, and you can't lose. In the same, it's very hard for them to ask for apologies. They never do it, and they never admit their mistake, because for them it will be automatically mean that they lost and you won. And so it's scary, because when you see yourself from the eyes of another people, so someone sees you as a loser, so I'm loser. And so it's again the position when you are dependent on what others think or how others see you. And so it's very important to make others think that you are very independent and you know everything your own and you are very strong opinion, stuff like that. And also at this stage, person is still blames others if they somehow follow something or advice, or decided to read some book, and book followed, guided them in the wrong decision. And so they faced very huge catastrophe outcome, and they blame the book or the author or the person who said like this. And so they not seeing that this is actually was your decision to read that book, and it was your decision to trust that. So this is still a very turbulent period, but it's better because here a person is on their own, not following what others say, but trying to kind of find what is my vision, what is there, and learns to adapt in life when having this vision. And it's very important to detach from being subjective but being objective about things in conversation. So it's not the point to prove your position, but it's about actually finding interest in the best decision. And the third stage, it's the stage of maturity. It's when you are already not trying to be right, you're not trying to dominate, you're not trying to force anyone to think something, because you are not dependable on what others think or say, because you're dependent on your inner voices, inner feelings. So for you, it's more important to feel good about the things, the way you say, the manner, what you say. You promised and you did it. It's not for you to be good in someone's eyes. It's about be good in your own eyes. To respect yourself, to be responsible for your choices. It's important for you, inside of you, because this is how you respect yourself. You cannot allow yourself to behave less than this level of dignity, for example. It's when you are not fighting for your opinion, because you don't worry if someone thinks that you are wrong. It's no problem. It's their vision, you have your vision. And such people usually avoid huge confrontations, because they just okay with someone thinking that they're wrong. For them, it's very easy to be aware that you are not good enough in some subjects, so you're looking for someone who is better, and you're ready to depend on that vision. So you're open. It's not about, you're not ego-driven in this way. Obviously, you're not blaming others for giving you any advices or following guidance from the book. If you are doing mistakes, you are aware of this, and you're aware that it was your own choice. On this stage, we are not dependable on the outer circumstances that much, because we understand that we can solve it anyway. So we are not worried that we are like a victim of the circumstances we are at. We are looking for solution, we are looking for decision, because we know we can figure it out. So it's like the way when we are dependent on our own wisdom. And so wisdom comes through facing different challenges and solving them. And so when you solve a lot of issues, you know you can depend on yourself. And so you are more living in peace, because for you the point of support is inside. You will talk to yourself the way you will take yourself out from any situation. You will trust your own decisions, so you will figure that thing out. Or however the situation happened with someone, you can fix it. You can easily admit your mistake, you can easily heal the situation, because you're not afraid of someone being angry on you or something. Like, you are able to handle different turbulences which is coming from the outside, because it's not estimating you as a human, because you have your own opinion about self, and what is going on the outside is you're like detached from that. So on this stage we are humble, we are open-minded, we are not looking for anybody's approval and validation, and this is a stage where we're not afraid of someone to be in control next to us, because actually it gives relaxation that someone wants to take care about things. And when you can depend on yourself, and you know that when you are taking control, everything is done well. So the same way you trust another person, this person is taking everything under control, and you relax, because okay, so you don't have to worry, it's under control. So this is when you are not dependable on what is going on the outside. So when we understood stages, now we can understand how we can actually come to this point. Because our job is to not be afraid to solve our own problems and to face mistakes. The point is that when we are dealing with mistake, we are dealing with consequences. We are analyzing what's going on, and the next time when we will face similar problem, we will know how to deal with it. And this is how we become more mature. And every time when we face any kind of stuff which is hard to process and we do it, this is how we grow. And so we become strong, because we are doing the hard thing. We are facing the hard conversations. We are facing hard decisions. Because if you have to fire the person, it needs inner strength. And it's a capacity which comes to you like a muscle when you are facing different things which makes you fearful. Because only when you look the fear in the eyes, it goes away. You're afraid to tell your parents that you want to move with your partner. Do it. Find the way. And be strong in this. Just say it. Or you want to move in another country and start a new life. Say it. Do it. So the point is that looking the fear in the eyes and still go there. And then you will see that it's not that scary. Because I saw examples of my close people who really, for them it was very hard to say, for example, the father who is very, very strict, that my friend wanted to live with her boyfriend. And for her it was such an issue. And when she took all her strengths and came to him and said, we are moving. And he was like, okay, we need help with the car or something. So she was shocked. And what I noticed is that when we are not afraid to be honest with ourselves, and when we are ready to tell the truth to the people the way it is, even when it's quite hard, and for example, breakup, it's not the point to say, I'm not loving you, you are not interested for me sexually, I found someone else, bye. So you are honest, it's stupid. But it's again, then you have to be responsible for all of those tears and panic attack which you will observe because of you. So when you are responsible for your words and your decisions, you're taking care about your well-being and the feelings of another person, and you make a decision You want to break up because it feels like that for you it's time to move on your own. This is how you feel, and please respect my decision. So it's not harsh, you're not making someone die, you don't hurt them that much, but you are making this decision, you're strong about it, you are honest about it, and you move on. So when you are behaving like this, and you're not afraid to look these scary situations in the eyes, you are inside realize like, I'm cool, I'm strong, I can do it. Like the first day in the gym, you feel like an idiot. First week in the gym, idiot. But when you are spending like half of a year in the gym, now you know how to use that stuff. You know how to lift different things the right way. How to put your body, I'm not good in that terminology, but what I mean by this is that with some time, you don't think about yourself as a loser. You think that you understand some stuff in the gym already. And so the same way, when you are dealing with different things, you with time build this feeling inside of you that I can do it. Okay, no problem. Let's see. I'm able to face it. And not detaching in the moment from your emotions in this. Feel it. Help yourself, like support yourself in the process. Like, I'm trying to do my best. Come on. Don't hate yourself in this. And you will see how you will like, how it feels. And then you will notice also that you naturally do not feel that you are in need to control something. Because first, you are stop being dependable. Then you feel that you are trustworthy and you can easily take control. And then you are getting annoyed by this control, and you like when someone is in control. Because you can relax. You don't worry, for example, about something. And this is, by the way, it's a notice to the women. If you want the male partner to be in charge of something and take care about things, like really responsible partner, your job is to relax next to him. But you can relax next to him only when you feel inside that you kind of you could be controlling, but you just choosing to give this opportunity to him because it's so important for him, and you can finally relax. So you cannot stay childish, dependable, and demanding, because you will attract person with very unhealthy ego. But when you are staying in a strong position, when you're able to take care about everything, you attract also mature partner who wants to take care about you out of care, not out of fear of looking less dominating, you know? And so that's why it's important for us first to feel this maturity, and then we can attract someone who is able to provide healthy, also mature sun energy vibe, which is about good expression of the strong inner authority in the person. Okay, take care about yourself. See you in the next videos. I'm going to speak about trust issues, insecurities, and another interesting topics. Bye-bye.